Hey everybody, this is Ron Taylor with the Roughcut Overview. Today we're looking at 1 Timothy chapter 2. And Paul is referencing church order. He's dealing with some things. He starts off with prayer. And in reading this chapter again, I'm looking at the fact that the Roughcut Overview series is intended to be thought-provoking. It also intends to be touching on things that are normally maybe overlooked or not understood. So an attempt to offer new light, in a matter of speaking, to certain passages. And looking at this, and it's striking that, of course, he starts off saying praying for the government in the first few verses. You think about the Roman government that this man was functioning, having to operate under. It's he says, pray for them, pray for all who are in authority. Comparatively, we have heaven on earth when you consider what Rome was doing to the church. You consider what our experience is here in the United States of America. In other countries, we have liberties that we don't even recognize, and I understand not everybody has those liberties, but it's intriguing to me that he says, he gives instruction here and in other passages to pray for the government that you're under, as if it's an extension of God, because essentially it is, because all authority comes from God. God doesn't sanction everything done with that authority, but he sanctions that authority, and he sanctions the people under that, or utilizing that authority. So it's important for us to pray for these people and recognize that there's opportunity there for them to know Jesus Christ in greater ways, because of their position, and because of the prayers of the saints. But when he's talking about how women are to adorn themselves, it's easy to lock in on that and talk about pearls and length of this and shortness of that, and while all that is important in its place, the biggest thing we want to consider is that it's the heart matters that produce the modest adorning or the non-modest adorning. And really what Paul is saying here is, give heed to your heart, your heart matters, the matters that are on the inside, not the matters that are on it. Don't be an externalist. In other words, your focus should be on your relationship with the Lord far more than fashion trends or things of that nature. Keep your eyes locked on spiritual matters. The things that of this world have their place, but they pass away, and the things of the Spirit are eternal and they last forever. And so that's one of the things that I think it's easy for us to miss when we have like verse 9 through 11. He says in verse 11, a woman must quietly receive instruction with entire submissiveness. But I don't allow a woman to teach or exercise authority over a man, but to remain quiet. In these passages, this word is translated quiet. If I recall correctly, in other passages it's translated meek. In other words, it has to do more with not being silent, but being submissive, not sitting there being seen and not heard, but properly offering what they have to offer. So in other words, it's not about being quiet forever. It's about offering what you have without ruling over a man, stepping over a man's authority in the process of it. And when we talk about these matters, it comes up, well, are women supposed to regard all men as having authority, or is it just the men that are around them, or their dads, or their husbands, or does every man have headship over a woman, that kind of thing? Does a brother have headship over his sister? And the best way to explain or to offer that as a rule of thumb, love is always permissible. Giving love is always the rule. Okay, so if you're talking about submission from a standpoint of serve me, you want to check yourself. You're talking about submission from a standpoint of Don't tell me anything. I don't want to hear it. It's a good opportunity to check yourself. But if your position of authority is wrapped in service, then I'd say you want to keep going that direction, because servant leadership, Jesus was definitely the model of being in all-encompassing authority, and yet serving all. You taking that authority, taking that power, taking everything that he had, and laying it down for the benefit of other people. And we are called to that same level of service. All right. So we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.